Hey guys, it's Anna. Welcome back. Today we are registering my son, my little guy, for Disability Access Service Pass, also known as DAS. Now we have been utilizing DAS for him since he was about 3 years old, and we've never had an issue using it or getting it for him. But about a year and a half ago at this point, DAS had like this whole big overhaul, and they changed a lot of things, and people who used to qualify no longer qualify. Even those people who have developmental disabilities, autism, ADHD, and such. So this is going to be our second time registering under the new system. Today is 60 days before our first park day. Son does have a disability, and he technically qualifies as per Disney's qualifications. I wrote everything down just like last time. I know you might ask, why do you feel the need that you need to write everything down? And it's just because there's so much information and I don't want to forget anything. I mean, am I nervous? I'm not nervous, but will I be upset if he's not qualified? Absolutely, because he does have a genuine disability, and our day-to-day life is within my notes. All of his accommodations, how he lives life, how we do things, how we avoid things, how we accommodate certain situations, everything is here. So I just wrote it all out so I don't forget. Obviously I can't record the interview itself because it is not allowed, but I will take you guys along as much as I can, and we'll do this together, and then in the end I will let you know whether my son was approved or not. If you want to see more videos and helpful tips in regards to Disability Access Service Pass, and just like my thoughts and feelings in the last 2 years of this whole revamp of the DAS Pass, I will have those videos linked right here and down below, so definitely check them out. Without further ado, let me get my laptop and we're gonna go ahead and log into my Disney Experience app and request a chat, and we'll go from there. It's currently 9:22 in the morning, so let's see how long this is going to take. And just a reminder that it could literally take you 20 minutes and it can take you 5 hours, so who knows. But without further ado, let's go ahead and start this phone call. Okay, I don't have any fancy setup, so here we are. I'm logged into my account, and right here in the search bar I'm just going to go ahead and type in DAS, and that usually will bring me up to where I need to be. So I'm gonna go ahead and click this and see if it takes me to the right place. Every time, you know, they kind of change it a little bit. Here we are. So it kind of explains everything in regards to Disability Access Service Pass, what kind of accommodations, things that you should know. So right here it says DAS is intended to accommodate those guests who, due to a developmental disability like autism or similar, are unable to wait in a conventional queue for an extended period of time. And then you have more information, kind of like how it works. You register, request a return time, enjoy the park, so on and so forth. So you have your frequently asked questions. So there's a lot of great information. There's also an email right over here at the bottom if you want to reach out to the disability team in Disney. But we're going to go ahead and click this speak with a cast member. It says you may have a pre-arrival conversation as soon as 60 days in advance of your park visit. So we're going to go ahead and click that. And right here you have to accept terms and conditions. For me, this never works, and without these terms and conditions you cannot move forward essentially. But don't worry if you can't get this to work. The cast member will send you a link. Go ahead and request a live chat, and right here is the pop-up window, and it says thanks for requesting a video chat. Please click the start button to continue. Okay, are you needing accommodations for Walt Disney World in Florida or Disney Land Resort? So we're going to select Walt Disney. Please confirm below that all members of the party have valid admission, park admission. Yes. Are you needing a new accommodation or modify your party? New accommodation. Are you planning to visit Walt Disney World theme park within the next 60 days? Yes. Are you currently located inside Walt Disney World? No. What is the first name of the guest needing accommodations? This person needs to be physically present. Okay, so I'm gonna go ahead and put my son's name. Okay, so I just provided our names. Obviously, I'm not gonna show you guys that. And it says, thank you for contacting Walt Disney World accessibility team. Please wait in the chat and a cast member will be with you once they are available. So, and then it says that you have been successfully put into the queue line. And it is currently 9:31. This chat says that I was placed into the queue at 9:30. So if you guys are curious to know what I actually put in my notes, you know, just to remember and not to forget, it's mainly what kind of services he receives in school, how he travels to and from school, his accommodations on his IEP, in his management needs sections, you know, how he gets through his school every day, his strengths and weaknesses. My son does stimming a lot, so I talk about that we hyper focus on things, self-regulation, and so on and so forth. So I just kind of like wrote it out so I don't forget anything. Like I mentioned, I'm not nervous because I don't have anything to hide or to lie. Like my son has a disability, it is recognized, it's a real disability, and this is our day-to-day life. But of course, when you're like put on the spot, and I can understand so many people that they don't want to share personal information because it is personal. But if you want these accommodations, unfortunately, this is where we are, and we have to provide full detailed examples of what happens to you, to your child, when you wait in a long queue line, or you know, when your child stims, or if it's hot, or whatever the case may be. You just have to explain everything. That was my experience last time. Last time we registered for DAS using the new system was in October of 2024. So though that experience was good, I can't say that cast member was overly friendly, but she asked me a lot of questions, like a lot of very detailed questions, and she wanted a lot of very detailed answers. If you want to see that video, I'll have it linked here and down below. What I'm also going to do is log in on the My Disney Experience app, because when she's going to send the terms and conditions form, I'm going to have to accept it here. You see? Okay, so she says, thank you for your patience. Your account appears to be in order. To continue, I will send you a link for our video chat to continue our conversation. Okay, so it's happening fairly quick. It is 9:37. Okay, so it is 9:43. This was extremely fast. This cast member was so nice, such a sweet, kind cast member. Literally 2 minutes, and then she asked to see him, to say hello. Of course, he didn't want to be on camera, but that was okay. She took a picture of him and we were approved. Well, I should say my son was approved, and she approved us for a couple of months in advance because we do have another trip coming up later on in the year. So that was a very interesting surprise. I didn't think that she was going to do that, but she did. So I'm very grateful and thankful. She literally asked just a few questions. The first one was what accommodations I'm looking for, and I simply right away started that. My son has an XYZ disability and we are looking for this kind of accommodation because it is hard for him to do X, Y, and Z. So she said, can you tell me a little bit more about his day-to-day life, and does he go to school, and what kind of services and accommodations he gets in school? So I just went through what kind of school he goes to, what kind of services he receives, why he receives those services. I also spoke about his busing. I also spoke about his doctor and how our doctor accommodates him, and that was it. She said, absolutely, your son will definitely benefit from a disability access service pass. So I'm very happy to say that this was a very easy experience, very kind cast member, and this was a lot easier than our last registration last October, because that cast member, as I've mentioned, if you want to see that video right here and down below, that cast member was nice, but she was like, you know, not overly kind, not overly nice. Asked me a lot of questions like, do you fly? What kind of accommodations you get there? Do you drive? Do you go to the doctors? Like, how do you do that? Do you go shopping? How do you do that? Do you go to the movies? Do you go to any other theme parks? Like, that was a lot of questions back then, and this one was just straight to the point. So I guess you just never know who you're gonna get, but this was a very pleasant experience for us, so I'm very grateful and thankful. And I'm also so thankful that she approved us for our next trip as well, and she approved us for our entire party, which for this upcoming trip it's the 3 of us, and for our next trip it's going to be 4 of us. So she approved us for a maximum of 4 people. So fantastic. I'm very, very grateful. All right, guys, well, I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, please give this video a thumbs up and subscribe if you haven't already, so that way you'll be notified every single time I upload a video just like this, or our Disney adventures. And if you have any questions in regards to DAS, definitely check out my playlist. I will have it linked up right over here and down below. And if you have any other questions, leave them down in the comments below. I try my best to come back and answer to every person that leaves a comment. And again, thanks so much for watching, and I'll see you real soon. Bye.